A reminder you can help support the channel by joining the AMTV Patreon. You can also follow us and keep up to date on Twitter at AmTV, or if you like, you can join us here at AMTV by becoming a staff member via the YouTube membership program. Hi there guys, it's Adam Martyn here, and welcome back to another instalment of the Now Review. We have another brand new spin-off to look at today, and it is titled as Now That's What I Call Timeless, The Songs, or as the front cover might give you the impression, Now the Songs Timeless, or Now Timeless the Songs. I think I've said in the past, I'm not really a great fan of these titles where it's not Now That's What I Call, then insert word here. Yes, it does change it up a bit and change is good, but this one annoyed me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And in terms of the cover, let's just delve into the cover. Lovely like red and orangey tones there on the cover, I really like that. The title, yeah, nice and sleek in silver, I guess, but again, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the text on the words, the songs, but it all just feels a little underwhelming, a little bland, dare I say, a little lackluster, especially compared to some of the other stuff they've been putting out this year. It does say legendary songs from legendary artists such as Queen, The Police, Kate Bush, The Killers, U2, R.E.M., etc, etc. There's a lot of big artists on here. And legendary songs from legendary artists. Is anyone else thinking this might just be a rehash of the Legends albums they've done in the past? We had Now That's What I Call Legends, we've had Now 100 Hits Legends. This could just be the same thing with a different name. We're going to find that out in just a second. So, we've got 4 discs. Let's take a look at the all-important track list. So kicking off with CD1, we have some Queen and Somebody to Love, one of their great songs. I mean, they have several, but nice to see something that isn't just, you know, what are the obvious ones, like Don't Stop Me Now or something like that. You have Every Breath You Take by The Police, equally iconic. I'm Not in Love by 10cc, beautiful chill ballad. Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys, very influential for sure. Mr. Blue Sky by the Electric Light Orchestra, who doesn't love a bit of ELO. Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty, lovely sax solo in there. I wonder if that's the full-length version or the radio edit. Probably the radio edit, I'm guessing. Heart of Glass by Blondie, not my favourite of theirs, but happy they're here. Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush, who of course is getting a bit of a resurgence from being in the latest series of Stranger Things, I believe, if what I've read's true. You've got Brass in Pocket by Pretenders. The Killers with Mr. Brightside, the 2000s anthem that still gets a lot of play today. The Sidewinders Sleeps Tonight by R.E.M. Beautiful Day by U2, cracking song that. The Whole of the Moon by the Waterboys, this deserves a bit more play, I really like that song. Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor, lovely track. Back to Black by Amy Winehouse. River Deep Mountain High by Ike and Tina Turner. Walk On By by Dionne Warwick. You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman by Aretha Franklin. When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge. Beautiful, beautiful song. And we finish off CD1 with Stand By Me by the late great Benny King. So, a lot of tracks there I think a lot of people recognise. There's only a few at first. It took me a minute to remember what they sounded like, but a lot of big names there. A lot of songs that have appeared on previous Now compilations as well, spread out across the years. Let's move over to CD2. We're kicking off with some John Lennon and Jealous Guy. Now, I personally prefer the, I believe it's the Roxy Music cover of Jealous Guy. I think I prefer that one a lot more, but the John Lennon original has its place too. Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon & Garfunkel, lovely track there as well, iconic in its own way. You've Lost That Loving Feeling by the Righteous Brothers, sometimes hailed as one of the best sort of pop ballads ever, if you like. Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley and the Jordanaires, one of his better tracks in my opinion. I Heard It Through the Grapevine by Marvin Gaye, big hit for Motown. Kathy's Clown by the Everly Brothers, Baby Love by the Supremes. We Have Family by Sister Sledge. Can't Get You Out of My Head by Kylie Minogue, one of the biggest earlier hits of the 2000s. Believe by Cher, popularised autotune of course. Family Affair by Mary J. Blige. I Swear by All For One, that doesn't get played enough, man. True by Spandau Ballet. Vienna by Ultravox, great songs here. The Days of Pearly Spencer by Mark Almond. Julie Comington, Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice with Don't Cry For Me Argentina. Shirley Bassey with Something. Harry Nilsson with Without You. I think I prefer the Mariah Carey version better, but the original's still great. Eric Carmen with All By Myself again. I prefer Celine's version, but nice to have the original. And Mott the Hoople with All the Young Dudes. That's another 20 tracks, 40 in total. A lot of big names there. Again, nice to see some ones that you maybe wouldn't expect on a Legends album, or ones we wouldn't have before. I kind of like that. But yeah, a lot of big names, a lot of familiar names. CD3, we kick off with Elton John and Your Song, the original, of course. I do prefer his original to Ellie Goulding's version, I will say that much. Sting with Fields of Gold, lovely track there. Coldplay and Fix You, one of their best songs. Katie Melua with The Closest Thing to Crazy. Seal with Kiss from a Rose. See, I've never liked that song that much. I don't know why. Sade with Your Love Is King, Duran Duran with Ordinary World, Tears for Fears and Aletta Adams with Woman in Chains. Good song, but out of all like the timeless songs, you would have thought they'd gone for the obvious. Like, you know, you would have thought they'd gone for Everybody Wants to Rule the World, something like that. So nice different choice. Natalie Imbruglia with, I've never been able to say her name right, with Torn. Robbie Williams with Angels. Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper with Shallow, beautiful track there. Christina Perri with Jar of Hearts. Miley Cyrus and Midnight Sky. Train with Drops of Jupiter. I've just never liked Train, guys. I'm really sorry. Just never liked them. Marianne Faithfull with The Ballad of Lucy Jordan. Rose Royce with Love Don't Live Here Anymore. Commodores with Easy. The 3 Degrees with When Will I See You Again. And Donna Summer with State of Independence. Another 19 tracks there. That takes us to 59. Starting to get more tracks that I don't recognise as much, but again, even though this is like a timeless, quote-unquote timeless album, I think that's a good thing. Nice to have some variety there for sure, as well as some big names. Again, some left field choices like Ordinary World for Duran Duran and the Woman in Chains by Tears for Fears. Different choices, but, you know, happy that they're here. CD4, we have ABBA and The Day Before You Came. Probably my favourite ABBA song. It's beautiful. Go and listen to it. Glad it's here. Paul McCartney and Wings with Band on the Run. Meatloaf with I'd Do Anything for Love. Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. No surprise that's there. Celine Dion with My Heart Will Go On, the Titanic theme. Take That with Rule the World. Gorgeous song. Toto with Africa. You got to have Africa on there, man. Richard Marx with Hazard. I do prefer Right Here Waiting, I've got to say. Alana Miles with Black Velvet. Billy Joel with We Didn't Start the Fire. Love that song. As I do with this one, Bon Jovi Living on a Prayer. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band with Hollywood Nights. Paul Simon and Graceland. Lady Antebellum with Need You Now. Dolly Parton with Jolene. Nice to have the original. Crystal Gale with Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue. Glenn Campbell with Wichita Lineman. Bob Dylan with Knocking on Heaven's Door. And we conclude with the great Louis Armstrong and What a Wonderful World. Another 19 tracks there. That takes our total to 78. 78 tracks on a 4-disc album. Great to see. So yeah, on the whole, a very interesting track list, really. I'll talk more about it in just a second, but let's open up this CD package, see what we've got for you. Oh, look, we've got adverts. So we've got the now Boogie Nights Disco Classics, we've got Now That's What I Call Gold, Now That's What I Call 70s Pop, and the now 80s Dance Floor, all of which have had now reviews, by the way. You can check those out. Also follow now on their socials, of course. The discs here, nothing much to say. They're all silver. The text is slightly different. The first one is in a sort of really dark red, like a crimson. The second one is in a more traditional red. Third starts to go more orange, and I'd say disc 4 is more like completely orange. But aside from that, all the discs are silver. Not exactly the most engaging disc art, but it echoes the front cover, so I guess I'll let it slip away with that. So then, overall thoughts on the track list here. So, yes, there are a lot of big songs that you could argue, yes, are timeless, which makes sense why they're here. A lot of those songs, coincidentally, have featured on a great number of now albums in the past, including the Legends releases I talked about earlier. I am glad we got some songs that, yes, they're quite left field, like I said. Ordinary World by Duran Duran, Woman in Chains by Tears for Fears. They're songs that I wouldn't, they're good. Would I call them timeless? I'd argue that's up for debate. But I'm glad they're here. It just provides a bit of difference, a bit of variety. It's nice not to always have the same things on now albums time and time again. I know it's a constant criticism, but I mean, they release so much, you're bound to get some repetition somewhere. But honestly, I think the Legends releases, even the old 2-disc one, I think those are better. This is all subjective, of course. I just think I prefer the track list. But yeah, this one, whilst good and has them left field ones, it just doesn't come close to the other Legends releases. If you're interested, though, where can you get it from? Well, you know, all the usual places. HMV will do you right. They sell it for a tenner. Some supermarkets, you might get lucky if they still have a CD section. Not a lot of them do anymore. Or if you have an independent music retailer that stocks new CDs, or Amazon or places like that. I'd recommend it if you don't already have like a Legends release, if you don't have like a now greatest hits sort of thing, then maybe this could be a good entry level one. But honestly, I'd get 100 Hits Legends at the very least. I think you can still get that one in HMV, brand new, I think. But yeah, I'd go with the 100 Hits release or the original 2-disc Legends release if you can find it. Those were bangers. They were really good. This one, if you're just not a collector, I don't really see much point in grabbing this one, to be honest. So yeah, not the best album in 2022 for sure. They've done a lot better, but if you want it, you can grab it. But for me, if I wasn't doing this for the show, or if I wasn't a collector, I think I'd be staying away. But that's all for this installment of the Now Review. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, as always, please do leave a like on this video. It really helps us out. And let me know in the comments as well, are you picking up Now Timeless, or are you going to pass entirely? Is it not one worthy of your collection? Let me know in those comments. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. We'd love to have you aboard with us. I've been Adam Martyn from AMTV. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks to our patrons for helping to support the show, and a special thank you to Macra, Lachlan Hatfield, Jem Pringle Kennedy Live, JPK Live, Anna Art, Adam Martin's biggest fan, Britney Fan 1999, Max Jackson, YouTube Mix, The East End Girl, and Ashley Kurtz are AMTV staff members.